The new QB special moves feature lets you juke out defenders behind the line of scrimmage. In previous years, if you had a defender barreling down on you behind the line of scrimmage, there wasn't a whole lot that you could do to make that defender miss, but in Madden 26, we can juke that defender out and keep the play alive. And so all we're gonna do to juke out defenders is while we're sprinting with our quarterback behind the line of scrimmage, we're gonna flick the right stick in the direction that we wanna juke. And just like out on the field, if you have a lot of speed, you'll get really fast juke animations. If you don't have a lot of speed, you'll get a slower, bigger juke animation. So we'll see probably both of those in these drills right here. If I go ahead and snap this ball and do a big rollout, and I was hoping one of the DNs would disengage right here, that's kind of the slower, bigger juke animation right there. You can see it, we were able to juke the defender out and extend the play. And so we'll look at the replay real quick. And when I say the slower, bigger juke animation, you see that because I had to kind of put on the brakes because I was running out of sideline, I didn't have a ton of forward momentum. And so when I do the juke animation, he's gonna mostly come to a stop and jump straight sideways. But you see that in doing that, we were able to make him miss and then keep running. And of course, in a real game, we would have just we would have just ran along the sidelines, but I'm trying to show you guys the new feature, of course. And so if we go ahead and run this again, we will get several reps in. And so this time I'm going to, again, flick the right stick to the left. And you can see once again, we made those defenders miss. And it really is that simple. And I think this is a really easy drill. Just get into practice mode. Like everyone could do this. Just get into practice mode and just practice flicking that stick. And that's a really good example right there, where if you have a rollout that goes bad because that D end has a contain on you, he has outside leverage, you can use the juke move to cut inside. Like you can see right here, like we're not going to be able to outrun him. Use the juke move, cut inside, and then step up in the pocket. And so these QB avoidance moves are really, really cool and are going to lead to some really spectacular plays that we see on TikTok and Instagram, where people make a bunch of defenders miss behind the line of scrimmage and then either run for a bunch of yards or throw a big touchdown. And so the one other important thing that you need to know is that because the right stick now allows us to juke behind the line of scrimmage, it has slightly changed the playmaker mechanic. And so playmaker, in case you don't know, allows you to direct the closest receiver in any direction that you want. Kind of like on the fly after the snap, you can kind of point him in a different direction. In order to playmaker now, you have to hold down the left trigger and then point your right stick in the direction that you want to playmaker the receiver. Last year, you would just simply point your right stick. Obviously now, because of the QB avoidance moves, that won't work anymore. So you have to hold the left trigger and then point him. And so I'm going to try and playmaker Mark Andrews right here. I'm going to hold the left trigger and then point it up, and you can see that he playmakered. Obviously, against man coverage, playmaker's not going to do anything, but you can see that that's how we playmaker now. And so if you want to playmaker a receiver, hold the left trigger and then point the right stick. If you just point the right stick, you'll be juking behind the line of scrimmage.